Hello, this is that time again. Welcome. In a few minutes, we're going to have Taxfit a la carte, where we sit down with amazing individual and someone get their electricity bill paid by Taxfit. You do not want to miss that. Go right now, like the page, Taxfit LLC on Facebook. Hello, this is that time again. Welcome. In a few minutes, we're going to have Taxfit a la carte, where we sit down with amazing individual and someone get their electricity bill paid by Taxfit. You do not want to miss that. Go right now, like the page, Taxfit LLC on Facebook. Hello, this is that time again. Welcome. In a few minutes, we're going to have Taxfit a la carte, where we sit down with amazing individual and someone get their electricity bill paid by Taxfit. You do not want to miss that. Go right now, like the page, Taxfit LLC on Facebook. Hello, this is that time again. Welcome. In a few minutes, we're going to have Taxfit a la carte, where we sit down with amazing individual and someone get their electricity bill paid by Taxfit. You do not want to miss that. Go right now, like the page, Taxfit LLC on Facebook. this is that time again. Welcome. In a few minutes, we're going to have Taxfit a la carte, where we sit down with amazing individual and someone get their electricity bill paid by Taxfit. You do not want to miss that. Go right now, like the page, Taxfit LLC on Facebook.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to Taxfit a la carte. I am so glad to be with you here today.
I know I have to find my sweet spot.
Your sweet spot.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
All right. I am Karoll-Ann, the CEO of Taxfit, and this is Taxfit a la carte. And we have today with us the nice agent, and we are about to have a conversation how to grow your business. Before we start in that interesting conversation, I want to remind everybody that today someone get to win for Taxfit to pay the electricity bill. So if you want to be the winner, you have to like the live, share the live, like the page, share the page, share, and comment. I think it's a very interesting conversation because a lot of you out there I know have businesses, and we're going to learn from you as much as you're going to learn from us. So we're about to share what worked for us and learn from you how to grow your business.
Hi, everybody.
Okay.
All right.
So,
How do we start this? But first, the question is, do you want to grow? That is one thing that a lot of people ask me advice, and they're like, oh, they would like to grow their business, but I have what I've realized after I start asking them question is once they truly understand what it means to grow and the headaches that comes with it, they kind of like, So the question is, do you want to grow your business? Once you answer that question, then you can go into how to grow the business. Me, everybody knows me. I do everything big. I do not agree for anything to stay stagnant. It has to keep moving, and I don't agree for it to stay in a small scale. It has to grow as big as it can. So yes, I do not have any magic pill on how to grow your business. I do not have any like concrete things to say like if you do this, this is what's gonna happen. What I know is a lot of people wants to grow, but they're not willing to do what it takes to grow. They visualize the I would say the result, but they always forget the roads to get there. And that's why a lot of people quit. That's why a lot of people never started. And that's why some people, when they get to the top, they feel like so tired and then they just go right back down.
so I guess you have to have a plan.
Yes.
This is where the nice agent differ from me, and I learned that from him because in the past I have an idea and I want to be the president, and I just run, but I never had a plan. How exactly am I gonna get there? And if you don't have a plan, you get lost easily. And this is still not one of my forte, and I actually admire the way that it can detail the plan to the most infinite detail. How many customers are going to have the first year? I'm like, how do you know that? Like, how many customers are going to grow the second year? It always have every time we're going to start something. It always like a 5-year plans, detail how we're going to get there. And this is something funny because we always like when we go back every year we go back and we revisit the plan and it happens. So
It's true.
the plan is like a compass. If you get
Yeah, it
lost,
is.
you can go back and you analyze how exactly I am in my plan. And sometimes sorry, I'm talking over. But
Keep
so
going.
sometimes what works for me with the plan is, even though you give your all, you feel that, oh my God, I didn't do great, because you have the big goal in front of you. But when I go revisit the plan, I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that bad. I actually exceeded the plan, but in my head, I have the end goals, and you fail to realize exactly how much you have done, and that's very big,
That
because
is
you tend to be discouraged.
that is.
So definitely a plan.
I want to add to that when she's saying because you have a goal doesn't make it realistic. Yes, we are raised in an environment where we have to dream. Like there's that saying, "Dream for the stars, you end up in the
No,
dream for the
reach for the star,
moon,
whatever,
and
whatever.
dream for the moon, and you end up in the star with the stars." The problem with this is that is if your dream is only a dream, and then you, like you said, you keep running towards the moon, I think you would even miss the stars. You won't even know that you are there because you didn't have a set plan on how you're going to get to the moon. Because maybe the only way to get to the moon is to step on a star. And most people forget that. So I always say, yes, dream big, but take a pen and paper and start writing it to see if that dream, I cannot say too big, that would be too harsh, but is that dream feasible in the timeline that you put it in?
Yes. And a very popular one is people that want to be on a fitness journey, right? So you go without a plan, and you say, "Oh, I'm going to go to the gym." But how many times a week you're going to go to the gym? How many hours you're going to spend in the gym? So if you didn't make it to the gym, not even two times during the month, you're going to be quick to tell yourself, I failed. No, because you didn't even make it to that gym two times a month. So a plan is definitely the first thing you need.
What does a plan needs to have though?
Yeah, that's true.
That is a big that we have to be able to explain that. Like she just said, how did you know we're gonna meet that many customers? Guys, we live in a world full of information. And I always tell that, like my father always used to tell me, stop reinventing the wheel. And I always fight him on that. Okay. And I'm like, no, I can make it better. But the truth is, even if the wheel is better, but you still need a wheel. So you have to understand how the wheel functions before you even make it better. And most people, they just start somewhere that they don't have any idea where the beginning is supposed to be. The plan needs to have a definite reason why you're doing this before you even going about how you're going to do this. And that's where even the motivational speech is not actually a motivational speech, actually a walkthrough on how to grow a business. And it's going to tell you that you need to have a reason. Most people open a business, they say they want to make money. And I always like tell everybody, if that's why you want to open a business, go to work. Don't do it. I'll be real. Like, because the stress of owning your own business and the stress of going to work every single day is two different things. The other day I was having lunch with a beautiful lady and she told me, and I told her when it's gonna be your time for you to open your own business, and she just turned right back and told me, I don't want the stress you have. And you have no idea. I learned to respect that because she owned it. Like, yes, it is true. She could have made millions, but she understood that for her to make that million, it requires a certain type of effort, a certain type of, I would say, stress, headaches. And it's okay for you to tell yourself, I don't want that. And you're going to realize you're going to be even more successful working at your job than you would be at a business. Because why? You pick something.
Yeah. I know a lot of you in the audience right now, you do have side businesses. So share with us, what are you doing, and did you have a plan? Do you have a plan? And if you don't have one, it's time to draw a plan. From the top here, I know Natasha Erlanger, she has a catering
Yes,
business.
I know. She's always posting those The pictures look amazing, so I know the food has to taste amazing also.
Fabian Mio has a cremas
Oh,
business.
really? Is that the point where we get free cremas from?
She did send us cremas in the past, actually. But share with us because today we want to learn from you as much as you're learning from us. It's a conversation.
And please don't hesitate to ask questions. If you feel the question is too personal, please DM, not DM, like messenger us, or you will have our numbers. Like,
I,
so go ahead and ask questions. If I know the question, if Caroline knows the answer, she will answer or I will answer. And if I don't, everything that I've learned comes from somebody I talked to, some books I've read, some movies I've seen, and I will tell you like I saw your problem in this or that movie or this book, and I'll share it with you. Go read it.
so you started, you draw a plan, you sit down, you talk about it, and you have your plan. What's next?
Now the other thing before the plan is somebody asked me the other day, how did you know about the numbers you're putting on the plan? Like, how do you know you're gonna make $100,000?
Hmm.
And again, like I always say, I would find it very, very I would say weird that your business have never been done before. Your products may have never been done before, but your business is very strange if it has never been done before. So therefore, if you take a minute and you go research, there is somebody that did it and it will tell you their numbers were that, their numbers were this. This is how they do it. So research, research. Once you decide on what it is, go research and then go back to the plan.
Yes, do not be afraid to visit the competition.
Hey,
At the beginning, I had a problem. I wanted to come up with something, out of there. Like I don't want it to my product to be look like anybody else product, but that's not true. You can learn from the competitor and learn how to be better.
you know what? Who I always say about competition? Two companies. The first one is Amazon and eBay. You know, like Amazon started after,
Oh,
and look at
really?
what's going on now. Or
Interesting.
McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. I never thought somebody would have the courage to go after McDonald's. I always say like,
I
look
never
how
thought about
far.
that. So McDonald's is all about burgers and Chick-fil-A is all about chicken.
Exactly. Like I always said, like who would dare to have a company that's gonna go bigger than McDonald's and Chick Fil A? Let me tell you, if you're seeing the growth within
Mhm.
the period that they are in, yeah, McDonald's in trouble. That's what I'm saying. Like if we take Chick Fil A for another 50 years, that's gonna be a big company.
Oh well, Chick-fil-A, if you're listening. Then I said, yeah, we wish you well. So now you have your plan. The next thing I think is to you need to define your audience. At the beginning of my of studying Taxfit, I was just thinking about I want to do taxes. I want to do like everyone taxes. I know to do commercial taxes. I know to do personal taxes. But the truth of the matter is laser focus. You need to determine who do you want to serve because you'll be better having like a niche and be the superstar of that niche than being everywhere, spreading yourself thin.
You know what I always tell everybody when they bring that is what I'm about to say may some people may disagree, but I personally found it truth. It's easier to make $40 1,000 times than to make $40,000. That's what focus
Hold
does
on,
for
what?
you.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's what focus does for you. Um, Steve Harvey had an interview and he was saying something. Instead of trying to make $1 million, everybody wants to make $1 million. Some of them, some goes to work, some goes to a business, some goes to play the lottery. But what if we master the way to turn $100 into 1,000? Like, just take that. Take $100. Maybe tomorrow the $100 gonna be, let's say you buy a chair for $100, and then you find a way to sell that chair for 1,000. So you turn 100 into 1,000, right? You know, once you master that, all you have to do, literally, is do it 1,000 times.
That's right.
And then guess what? You just made $1 million.
I like
So let's
that.
be real. If you do it every day, that's only 2 years. It's not more than that. So so that's basically what it is. It's most people, they want to go after that million, million. Let me go make $1 million, and then they're thinking about that big idea for them to make $1 million. And the truth is, Amazon is making trillion. We're
Mhm.
charging you $15 for a delivery service.
Actually, the businesses that really made it for do not charge a lot.
Definitely. No, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. So yes, focus is the most important thing. Find out one product and find out one niche and focus on it. I was talking to my very good friend Peter Iglesias. Peter, if you're here, and he said something about his business, and he was like, "Man, let me tell you, the way I got my success is I focus in one city or one region and let the business overflow." That when he said that, I was like, wow, that
Yeah.
like I finally get it. So yes, it's like an example. If we decide to do taxes in Myanmar, if we do, let's say an example, we don't do it, 10,000 taxes in the city of Myanmar, it will by itself overflow to Pembroke Pines.
Exactly.
And then you do 10,000 in Pembroke Pines, by itself it overflows to Cooper City. And then it just keep going and going, and before you know it, it may be 5 years, you are a statewide company.
So Miyamo, we're coming after you. We're taking over. Yes, so you have a plan, you define what is your customer, and you research now how exactly your niche is thinking.
That is
Very
true.
important. Like my favorite client, and no disrespect to any other clients, are single moms or moms. And that was very interesting, as I don't have kids yet, but I'm like, I love moms. I love their strength. I love that the way that they're waiting for that big tax refund, every year. And that's the niche that I define. So now I try to get into their head and see how they think exactly, everything for their children. So that's how you go about like researching your niche. You need to become your niche. So I need to have a baby really soon. I'm just
Hey,
kidding. I'm just
no,
kidding.
hey, yes, yes.
Okay, so
Alcohol. I would
so
like that. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So what's next? Now I know what my niche is.
Now we're gonna go to the plan that we had for you, which is the motivational speech. And please, I'm saying, all people watching, take a pen, take a paper. What you are about to hear is literally, to me, golden. And
Yes.
those things don't come. People pay thousands of dollars just to
Mm-hmm.
hear what you're about to see. And you may seem like it's nothing, but if you really write it down, you're gonna realize that every failure that happened, one of those things were missing.
Let's watch.
This is really a 2-hour presentation I give to high school students, cut down to 3 minutes. And it all started one day on a plane on my way to TED, 7 years ago. And in the seat next to me was a high school student, a teenager, and she came from a really poor family. And she wanted to make something of her life. And she asked me a simple little question. She said, "What leads to success?" And I felt really badly because I couldn't give her a good answer. So I get off the plane and I come to TED. And I think, geez, I'm in the middle of a room of successful people. So why don't I ask them what helped them succeed and pass it on to kids? So here we are, 7 years, 500 interviews later, and I'm going to tell you what really leads to success and makes Tedsters tick. And the first thing is passion. Freeman Thomas says, "I'm driven by my passion." Tedsters do it for love, they don't do it for money. Carol-Ann says, "I would pay someone to do what I do." And the interesting thing is, if you do it for love, the money comes anyway. Work. Rupert Murdoch said to me, "It's all hard work. Nothing comes easily, but I have a lot of fun." Did he say fun, Rupert? Yes. Tedsters do have fun working, and they work hard. I figured they're not workaholics, they're workaholics. Good. Alex Garden says, to be successful, put your nose down in something and get damn good at it. There's no magic. It's practice, practice, practice. And it's focus. Norman Jewison said to me, I think it all has to do with focusing yourself on one thing. And push. David Gallo says, push yourself. Physically, mentally, you've got to push, push, push. You got to push through shyness and self-doubt. Goldie Hawn says, I always had self-doubts. I wasn't good enough. I wasn't smart enough. I didn't think I'd make it. Now, it's not always easy to push yourself, and that's why they invented mothers. Frank Gehry said to me, my mother pushed me. Serve. Sherwin Newland says it was a privilege to serve as a doctor. Now, a lot of kids tell me they want to be millionaires, and the first thing I say to them is, okay, well, you can't serve yourself. You got to serve others something of value, because that's the way people really get rich. Ideas. Tedster Bill Gates says, I had an idea. Founding the first microcomputer software company. I'd say it was a pretty good idea. And there's no magic to creativity and coming up with ideas. It's just doing some very simple things. And I give lots of evidence. Persist. Joe Kraus says persistence is the #1 reason for our success. You got to persist through failure. You got to persist through crap, which of course means criticism, rejection, assholes, and pressure. So the answer to this question is simple. Pay $4,000 and come to TED. Or failing that, do the 8 things, and trust me, these are the big 8 things that lead to success. Thank you, TEDsters, for all your interviews.
Hi, everybody.
Are we back?
Hi, everybody.
That was an amazing list. I actually really love that segment call. Thank you so much for sharing that with us today.
Sometimes I do something good.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
So to review the list, because I love that list so much. Passion, work, fun, be good at what you do, focus, push yourself, serve, ideas, be a problem solver, and persist. So my favorite part is really be a problem solver. The biggest invention or businesses of our time is because someone wanted to solve a problem and they succeeded.
That's true.
So that's the main thing for me. Be a problem solver. You want to be successful? Be a problem solver. Solve problems.
Me, I think it's passion. Like that's my favorite, and that's the one that, unfortunately, no matter how hard I tried, I just can't teach it to anybody. And it's the part of me that I realize that if it's missing, nothing gets done. It's that thing. And most people would say my passion is designing, my passion is cooking. That's not true. It's either you're a passionate person or you're not. Me, you tell me an example, go ahead, Carl, sell properties, and I become so passionate at it that I will tell you my favorite pastimes include 2 things: on the MLS looking at properties, even if I have a client or not, driving and looking at properties. That's my favorite pastime. That's why anywhere you tell me in Broward County, I'll tell you this is the top of a house and this is how much they're worth. It's not because I study it, it's because with passion, I just kept putting it in my head every single day. And to me, it's anything you do. Like Karoll-Ann will witness this in me. You would give me a task. You said, Carl, paint the house. Automatically I become passionate about painting. You will see me go read books, go watch videos, and I'm painting to the best that I can. I will not be the best painter because I cannot say I'm better than the guy that's been doing it for 20 years. But I'm gonna tell you that the minute I take that brush, I'm the best that I can be at it. It's just that one thing. And that's what most people forget. Like most people would be like, oh, I'm looking for my passion. You can't find your passion. You're just a passionate person in anything you do. Either it's friendship, either it is romance, either business, I would say family, anything it is, it's like you become automatically passionate, and at that point, that list you see, everything gets done in it. It's the passion that's gonna make you persistent. It's the passion that's gonna make you um what was the thing he said, like there was something he said about
Push
focus. Is the passion that's gonna make you focus.
push yourself.
It's the passion that's gonna push you, like whenever you don't have mother to push you, the passion is gonna push you. You know, so that's why for me passion is the most important thing.
Yeah, I have often people tell me, "How do you do it? You spend all those hours," and that's true. Only passion make you go the mile after the extra mile and the extra miles.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
So now you have your business plan, you define your audience, marketing.
So you.
I believe in marketing and I'm very passionate actually about marketing because I feel that in those days we have a huge opportunity compared to the past because in the past if you wanted to do marketing for your company, your product, you would have to pay so much money to television or maybe flyers. Now Facebook and Instagram is a golden opportunity. And
Take advantage.
yes, you need to take advantage. I built Taxfit just on Instagram.
Yeah, I went to a show, the one that I went for the conference, and Gary V. He said something that is very. I always every time I hear something, it stays in my head for some reason. He said, if you don't take advantage of social media today, you'll be very sorry when Coca-Cola decides to. Because as of right now, the big buck businesses, they are not on Facebook. Believe me, even if you see them from time to time pop up on your field, but they're not. But the minute they decide to spend $2 million a day on social media, all the costs that you have to spend is gonna go up. Like right now, you can spend $20 on social media and you get 10,000 people to see you. Now, for you, let's say the big bar, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Colgate, they decide to go that route. What's gonna happen is that $10 just become 1,000, and you're not gonna see 10,000 people. You're gonna see 100. So today is the day that I'm telling you, drop anything you're doing, be on social media.
Yeah, social media is the key. And something about marketing that I want to share with you. I understand that any new business, you need to budget. Like in our office. No, no, no. No, I'm not talking about, no, I'm not coming after you. I'm not coming after you. I know every like small business, you need to budget. And that's good because Carl is the budgeter at the office. That's fine. But what I want to say is do something the best that you can be proud of. So that's mean even if you're going to share pictures on Instagram, you're only going to take it with your phone. Find what is the best pictures you can take with your phone. Maybe you can add a light. What I'm trying to say, the mistake that I see a lot of people do, they just do crappy stuff. And they're like, when I'm big, I'll do nice stuff. That's not the way it works. The way it works is you do the best thing that you can now, and people notice you and you become big. It's not the other way around. Because if you do not value yourself, if you do not take yourself like like you do not take yourself seriously, why do you want other people to take you seriously?
That is true.
I remember the first time that you decided we were going to have that expensive folder. Because at the beginning, I was giving my taxes in a Manila folder. And I was like, okay, when Taxfit make hundred of thousand, we'll give a folder. And that's the first thing that he did when he joined on board. He said, I'm going to design a folder on Vistaprint. I'm like, why? Why are we going to spend that much money? But thank you. I realized
Even if I budget, I spend. Well, this is one thing about marketing
Yeah.
that I learned from Karoll-Ann. Karoll-Ann opened my eyes to a whole new way of doing business. I built my empire just on referrals, okay? And then she showed me that I could take the empire one step further.
Yeah.
Yes, I budget a lot.
Oboko will
but
spend. I'm about to spend.
so yes, and then we have to do that. But I understand the meaning of the marketing piece of it. So I'm gonna tell you, I read also somewhere, even if I do not apply it yet, but I do believe in it. The biggest mistake that most small businesses do when the boat is about to sink, they stop marketing. Okay, because it's the biggest expense that any business have. So to them, when things are really going down, they take away the big expense. And what happened is the people that used to see you suddenly doesn't see you anymore. You're
Hmm.
struggling, you're thinking they're gonna come, but that's when your competitor shows up and then grab them for almost nothing. So you want to get to the point where you resist. If you're gonna start cutting things, you cut them way, like go down to your, I would say, your rent, your electricity bill, your, you cut those things down to the point where your marketing is what's revive you. That is something, again, like I will tell you, passion. When she said marketing, I'm sorry. I
What?
went to books. I read. I do because I want to understand. Because she will tell you before I spend $1, I'm gonna ask, what am I getting in return?
What I would add to that is the way that you think. Marketing need to become something that you cannot do without. That's the way you're gonna do it. So the same way that I cannot come naked in the office, I value my clothes. No, I was just giving an example. That, no, to tell you, because that's the very best, that's a very bare necessity that I would never see myself go without, right? I dress good and come to the office. So that's the same way. If you see the marketing that way, you're never going to think about cutting it. And then here, we value the marketing so much. Like when we do the budget, we have the marketing budget already fixed before anything else.
So let's talk about budget.
Right? No,
All
that's
right.
your department,
Okay.
Mr. Budget,
My Excel sheet is my best friend.
the nice agent budget.
Yeah. My Excel sheet is my best friend. I want everything in there. And again, the reason why is because for, I would say, 10 years, I've been in business. I made a lot of money, lost a lot of money. And I always wonder, why did I lose my money? I always, and you can ask Caroline, I'm always asking that question. And every time I find a reason, I go learn about that reason for that to never happen to me again. And one thing I realize is, I would say, out of all people listening to us, 95% of us have no idea how much money we spent yesterday.
That's true. I don't even know how
If
much money is
somebody
in my
tell
bank
me, just say
account.
yes, you know. I'm telling you again, 95% of the people listening right now have no idea how much money they spent yesterday.
So how much money you spent
So,
yesterday? How much money did you spend yesterday?
why you put me on the spot like that?
Oh, you have to. You talk the talk. You have to walk
Yes,
the walk.
yesterday
Okay.
I spent $68.
Okay. You walk the walk.
Well, the question, the reason why is because how do you, we're not, yesterday I was talking to someone else and I'm going to answer this. We're in America.
Hmm.
It's not a people game. It's not a camera game. It's not a show game. It's a money game. That's what it's about. Okay. And the gentleman I was talking to, he's well off. And we were talking about that and he was like, yeah, man, you have to understand the money game. So he was telling me only in America you can scream for 15 seconds and you make $35 million. Okay? Only in America. This guy been everywhere in the world. And now the reason why he can get to a point of his life where he screams and makes money, it's because he understood the money game. So budget makes you understand the money game. If you don't understand the bare necessity of money, you cannot understand. An example, let's say I give you $100,000 today. What are you gonna do with it? If you don't learn budgeting, it's lost. All my clients, an example, they will always come to me and say, Carl, is it a good time to buy real estate?
It's always a
Okay.
good
I'm
time.
gonna tell you the same answer I tell everybody. Are you buying cash or are you buying with a loan? 70% of the people right now in Miami, in Florida, I cannot say everywhere else. It was 67% actually, are buying with a loan. And one thing that most people don't get, if you buy a property with a 4% interest rate over 30 years, it equals to 89%. So let's round things up to 100. So you buy a property for $200,000, it costs you 200. So at the end of the day, you pay 400,000.
Hmm.
Over 30-year period, the property is supposed to gain 7% in value. But again, we have fluctuation, we have appreciation. Then you have to put the taxes you're gonna pay, the insurance, or the repairs, all of those things. From day one, you are in the red. You're not gonna make money. Most people don't understand what I'm saying. That they're like, you're a realtor. Why would you tell people that? Yes, I'm telling you the truth. You are in the red from the minute you sign that paper. Don't believe if you're renting, you're not in the red. You're in the red even worse. Okay. So now let me tell you why you should buy a house, no matter what, if the market is good or bad or anything. The reason why is because I'm gonna ask Karoll-Ann that question. If you come to my house every first of the month, I give you $1,000 and I do this for 30 years. How much money would you have in 30 years, Karoll-Ann?
Every first of the month.
Every first of the month.
So for the year you have
It's
12,000.
360
Okay.
total. So how much money would you have after I give you $1,000 360 times? Let's see if people would answer that. Whoever's listening, type. How much money would you have if every first of the month I give you $1,000? You come to my house, I hug you, and I give you $1,000 for 30 years. That's 360 times. How much money would you have in 30 years? Let me see. Nancy says, tell me. No, just tell me. Emma, tell me. Tell me, how much money would
Hold on,
you
is
have?
that 1,000 if
Every
multiplied by
month.
12? So that's 12,000 for the year.
Okay.
And then
Be careful. Be careful. Be careful.
that's 12,000 for the year. And then
Okay.
we multiply that 12,000 by how long?
30.
30 years?
I just made the calculation better for you. 1,000 multiplied by 360.
Okay, that's 360,000.
That's what you would have in
Yeah.
30 years? Okay, Karoll-Ann said she would have 360,000. Okay, I don't know if the internet is slow, nobody's answering yet, but let me tell you the truth. You would not have a penny. You would probably owe money.
What? If you give me $1,000?
Yes. 95% of the people in the world would actually owe money in 30 years. Okay? Because what's going to happen is this. The minute that I give you that $1,000, you're going to end up saying that now I have $1,000, I can actually go and buy the car that I want that costs you $400 a month, which is good. You still have 600 left. Now, because you have that car, it's going to bring you into repairs that are a little over what you were doing. Now, because you have $1,000 a month, you're going to take probably 2 vacations a year. And then before you know it, 30 years, then you're going to get credit cards for you to pay for those things and everything. So yes, at the end of the 30 years, you probably owe money. Now, if you do it with a house, I can guarantee you, at the end of the 30 years, you have 360 grand. That is what the system is. Your house, when you're buying it with a loan, is a savings account. That's it. Nothing else. If you plan to pay it within the 30 years. If you are well enough where you can actually pay it in 15 or 10 or 2 years, then now we have to understand if we buy it in this market, what's going to happen? If we don't buy it in that market, what's going to happen? But the minute you are about to apply for a 30-year loan, I'm sorry to tell you, it's a savings account. And I'm going to urge you to actually do it because I've seen people retire, which you have clients, they're in their 60s, and they have nothing. Okay? And that failure was they did not buy a house 30 years ago. They tried to buy it when they were 55 years old. And now not only they have nothing, they're still trying to make mortgage payment. And that's what it is. So yes, I would say if you're planning to retire at 65, you should buy a house by 35 years old. That is what. So at the end, you at least have that money there.
Yeah.
You can sell it, go rent. You can sell it, move out of the country. You can do it, but you have that. Don't think you can save 360 grand because again, you don't understand the money game yet for you to understand how to save 360.
That's true.
Okay? So that is what I say to people when they say, should I buy now or not?
So you have a business plan, you understand what is your niche, and then you understand the money game. You do marketing.
Everybody said 360 grand.
No, but someone win, someone win. Patrice Dorele said
Oh,
nothing.
yeah, Pat.
And it's a guy, right?
Yeah, but
So I told him
it's
if it's
Melissa's husband, Melissa Elise.
oh, okay. So I told him you win a cake from the nice agent
Oh,
to pick
so
it
you
up.
give him this is you guys understand what this is? This is what we talk about budgeting. And okay.
Pick up your cake, actress. The nice agent got you.
So yeah, so you got it. That's what it is. It's like understand the money game. Read a lot of books. Understand the money game. An example: if you have cash and you learn what compound interest is,
Mm.
I'm gonna tell you, there's a reason why they call it the seventh wonder of the world. Okay, it's like it's. I just turned 4% interest because you're happy when you get 4% into 89% legally.
Wow.
Okay, that's what compound interest does for you. So imagine if it was you getting that 4%.
Yep.
Okay,
Mm.
so that's what you want. That's what the money game is.
So I cannot believe every time we talk, the time just fly.
Oh, it's already time.
It's almost 7.
Oh my god.
But I would add the last thing I would add is try to read as much as you can
A lot.
about your craft.
A lot.
Okay, and other people that are in the business that you are, or maybe simply in business. And the book that I would recommend the most is it became one of my favorite book. Can you guess
Oh, of course.
what it is?
The email.
The email.
Okay, let me tell you.
I love the email.
But one thing she said is the craft.
Yeah.
The E-Myth, all of those books are about business, the way you think, the way you process your business. What I want to say is, if you read, you commit yourself to read it about 7 books a year on your specific craft. If you are an event planner, Emma, read about event planner. Read
Yeah.
biographies of people with event planner. You do that 7 books. I can tell you, in 3 years, you will be among the top 5% on your field. And that is a true statement. Now, while you're doing this, again, if you don't understand the money game, you can go and do as many events as you want. Nothing's going to change. While you're doing this, pick 1 or 2 books about business, about money management, about the other stuff that you need in order for you to succeed. One thing I'm going to say to everybody before we leave is this. A lot of people are failing in business over one thing, and one thing only: customer service. Okay?
That's true.
I've seen so many business go down because of customer service. You get to a point where your emotions becomes something that it's not supposed to be, and then that emotions makes you yell at your client, makes you do things you're not
What?
supposed to.
Yell at your
I've
client?
seen people do that. Like an example. Let me give you an example that happened to me today. I gave a guy to wash my car, right? And he said, "Car's done." So I'm giving him the $20 for the car. While I'm giving it to him, and he said, "Are you a doctor?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not." "Do you work for a doctor?" I'm like, "No, why?" "Oh, only doctors drive that car."
What?
So imagine the guy that I'm paying, I'm giving him money, he humiliated me in return.
Yeah, that's not cool.
This is what I
That's
mean.
not
Like,
cool.
so guess what's gonna happen? He will never touch my car again.
Exactly.
This is how he got. And look, we always hear It was the first time. That's mean we gotta get your car, get the girl's car, and then now he's out of 7 cars over one comment because he was not thinking through.
Yes, definitely customer service is a big one, and respecting your customers. Actually, this is funny. I was having a conversation with someone yesterday about that, how they said that you have to be proud of your religion. And I'm like, yeah, I'm proud of my religion, but I will respect my customer and not push myself on them, because the way you need to see this in any business, the customer is the person that's bringing you your food. So they are the most valuable
Asset of your company.
asset of the
Yeah,
company.
no doubt. No doubt.
So,
No doubt. I truly believe that. So that's why I always tell to everybody customer service is key.
yeah,
If you forget about the money for a minute and make sure, like I was talking to someone yesterday and I was telling them, to me, this is the way I understand Amazon. Okay? It's not the full understanding, it's not. But to me, this is how I understand Amazon. You always have, it's like you're going to a marketplace. I don't know anybody that goes to the flea market. You have a buyer and a seller and they're haggling each other all the time. eBay tried to put it in a digital world. Okay,
problem solver.
problem solver it was, but the problem still existed. The people were fighting still because of one reason: the seller had no customer service skills, the buyer could not communicate properly. And I believe this is what Amazon did.
They stepped in.
Amazon stepped in the middle, charged the seller, made the buyer buy higher, and become the customer service. Now you would go to Amazon and buy something because you know if you send an email and say you're unhappy, it's resolved.
That's true.
You see, the guy become the second biggest business in the world just by introducing customer service. Then, of course, he went to the delivery. He went to all of those 2-click, 1-click purchase. It went to all of that. But at the core of it, to me, I hope one day Bezos could sit down and talk to me, and then if I know if I'm real. But what I understood is he threw in customer service in the middle of a fight. And because of customer service, he ended up having more money than the buyer and more money than the seller. Customer service is key. Yes, sometimes you'll be unhappy because the person is not treating you well, because the person doesn't want to pay you what you believe you deserve. But at the end of the day, never forget that person had a choice. Never forget that. That person had a choice. They could have gone somewhere else. They did not.
That's true.
Yes, they may have been a little harsh, they may have been a little tough on you, but they had a choice the very first time. They may exercise that choice after you talk to them, but the very first day they picked up that phone, they just had to Google, and 10,000 people shows up. They picked you. Never forget that. You may charge them $1,000 and they're not happy, and they say, "No, why not 800?" This is where you remember, wow, out of 10,000 people, they picked me. Maybe I can take a loss of $200 so I can retain them. Because if I retain them, then they're going to start overflowing to other people.
Well, what I learned lately to complement that is you also have to have passion, because I'm very passionate about helping people. So I would get very uneasy when people are trying to tell me, I don't like your fees. Suddenly I'm like, what? I just helped you. And then I realized that sometimes people do not process things the right way, and you have to have patience to help them see. And I can take a concrete example. Yesterday I had a client. He came and do his taxes, and as we were talking, he told me how the person that prepared the taxes before got him half of what I got him now. And then he was very happy because I got him double the money for his refund, and he always was qualified for that refund. And then when it come to the moment to talk about my fee, he said, oh my God, you're charging $100 more than my last per hour. I said, what you don't understand, sir, is your last per hour do not cost you this amount of money. It costs you thousands of dollars. So for $100 more, you got me to advise you to double your return. And he didn't see it that way. So that's the new thing I learned now. Patience and understanding that maybe people do not see. And he said, oh my God, thank you, because I didn't realize for real, for $100 more, I got double the refund.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
let's complete it.
a lot of people think in a cost situation. They don't think in a
Games too.
gain situation. Like my sister and I, we had that very nice conversation yesterday. And then I was telling her, every time you go to Starbucks and then you're buying a $5 cup of coffee, most people think the cost of the $5, but they do not think about the value of the $5. An example, Karoll-Ann and I right now having $5, the value of that $5, if we put it in our businesses, I can tell it's going to multiply by 20 or 30 in the next 2 years. So the value of this $5 to us is $150. I'm going to tell you today, I will not buy no $150 coffee. That ain't going to happen. Okay? So that is why now whenever you're about to spend a dime and then you remember like, yo, I could lose that much money if I spend it, then you start thinking twice. Do I really need this? Maybe I should sleep on it.
That's his department.
You know, and yesterday when I told her that, she was like, wow. And I was like, yeah, imagine that you take that $5, you put it in a simple IRA at 4%. Remember what I said, 4% for 30 years.
But that's another conversation. That's another show I would like to have. So when is it okay to spend? You cannot be always saving.
When it gets to the point where you truly understand the value of the money. So let's say an example, your dollar is making to me 20 times. When you go and you spend that dollar, is it okay for you to lose that 20 times? The minute that it's okay, that means let's say your bank account has $100 million. You know, if you spend $10 today, if you put it in your business, it could have turned to $200. Now, is it okay for you to spend $200? If you have 100 million, you think it's okay to spend $200? Yes. It's the value of the money that you need to be learned. Like the value of the money, most people don't understand it. They understand on cost. They always thinking about cost. It's costing me $5. It's costing me $10. But the truth is, what is the value of even what you're buying?
So if it's for that, people would never spend any money.
That's not true. That is not true. Because I'm going to tell you, I will spend $5,000 on a camera. I will do it. The value of the camera to me and the value of the money equals to each other.
Okay.
Because again, the camera is our business.
I think I see what you mean.
The value of the money and what you're getting. There's no cup of coffee that is valued $150 in my book. But in Bill Gates' book, it's fine. You know, it's like, that's why I'm not going to say I never go to Starbucks. I do. I'm a big fan of Frappuccinos. But I'm going to tell you, you would never see me a regular, which means like every single day I got to go to. No, because at that point, I understand I'm losing, let's say, $5 a day. I multiply it by 7. That's $35. Multiplied by 12. That's $700 that I'm losing every week. That's a lot of money.
Well, guys,
so
it is.
So that, you know, I'm thinking maybe we should give them another 10 minutes. I like the show. I really like the show.
Yeah.
You know what I like about the show is it's Jean Laplante, which is Jean Laplante was like, what coffee is that? Jesus coffee. You know his business I admire. I don't truly understand the concept, but I admire Jean Laplante's business. The reason why it's because, number one, he's making people laugh. He's making people really have a good time. And there's no better customer service than what he's doing. You
Hmm.
know, and I admire that business. I would really love to sit down a day and understand the different dynamic, the different section of that business. So yeah, the event planner I was talking about. My advice to you is basically what Caroline said, go read. My second advice is make a plan. It's never too late, even if you started already. Actually, it's better because you have real numbers to think about. I'm having that problem with a guy that was doing the floor for one of my properties. I would never understand. The guy come, he measures the floor. All I need for him, I don't need to go buy. I just need how much for you to install it. The floor is already there. Explain to me why the guy say, "Let me go home and I'll give you the price."
Because he doesn't know. He doesn't
It does
know.
not make sense.
Yeah, he
You
doesn't know.
know, it does not make sense. You have to understand your business. And I know in event planning, it's very different for you to be able to know each plate of food is going to cost this. But you have to be able to get your business down to a T where you know if there's going to be 200 people, no matter what the options are, it's going to be $20 a plate, $40 a plate. I don't know what your numbers are. You have to, but you know that. And the reason why is when that person pick up the phone and call you, you can literally give them an actual number. You can do it. Okay, so that is basically what I think about. Okay, so basically to me, it is literally get your numbers right, understand the numbers, put them together, and from there you can multiply yourself. Take Steve Harvey, remember that. Find a way to turn $100 into 1,000, then focus on to do it 1,000 times. You make $1 million just like that. You know, so that is my what I want to say in that. Guys, you gotta comment so we can pick the winner of the light bill. I would love to pay your light bill for you. So please comment and share the live. Invite your friends. It's not too late. They can still grab some very useful information. Do you have any advice for your fans?
Well, I love those conversations.
I
Do
do.
you guys love those conversations?
I do.
You want more of this?
I do. I do. I love when we learn. It's a constant learning. And I'm gonna repeat it. Remember, you will not have 360 grand, please. You will not have it. So buy a house. Okay. And value of money. We're gonna go back to that. The value of money. I have one of my very good friend, Ben, and we always talking about money and like Ben actually made me see money in a whole different light. Even if I was reading, I know how to make money. I know how to put a business plan together. But it's amazing, him and I, when we're talking, we were like, man, isn't it amazing that when we can do certain things, we no longer want to do them? Most
um,
of those things involve spending money. Like, you know, it's because now we truly understand the value of the money.
Rachel, don't go yet because we're about to pick up someone and pay the electricity
Oh, hi,
bill.
Rachel. Hi. Yes, we are about to pay. Give us another 10 minutes. Keep commenting. Say something so we can pick someone that actually gonna get the electricity bill paid.
Yeah, so
Someone told me the other day, would we pay the warehouse bill? And he told me his warehouse is 50,000 square feet. I'm like, I better not see you on that show.
we have repeated that a few times. The limit is $300, so we will pay up to $300 of the electricity bill. Okay, not 15,000 square feet. No,
John Apple
but
said, "Don't stop." John Apple, tell us any business advice that you would want to give to our fans because they love you. I can tell you, they're always asking for you. So tell us what would be an advice that you would give them because I know you're in business and you're doing phenomenal. Like the videos that you post, you are very consistent, which is where I want to applaud because I know Karoll-Ann and I we started certain things and the consistency is very hard when you're managing other stuff. You know, it's very hard. So that I have to tell you, bravo to you, man.
because he has passion.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. When you have
That's the key.
passion, Yeah, passion is the key in everything. In everything.
Rose just got to the show. It's the first time, so you want to tell her a little bit about the show so she can come back?
Well, the show is about giving back to the community, and we bring here individual where we can learn from them. And I believe that what you have in your head, what you know, nobody can take that away from you. So that's what this show is about. And sometimes the nice agent and I, we have conversation with you when we learn from each other. Because the nice agent and I, we are always on the quest of learning how to be better, how to go higher, how perfecting.
Dr. Durandis, you should be next on that show. We really want to talk to you about it.
Dr. Terendis is here.
Yes, he's watching. We love you, man. Always.
Oh, hi, Dr. Terendis.
So yeah, so that's what the show is about. The show is about sometimes she interviews other people, not
Yeah.
me, and those people have businesses or they have something that they bring to the table that can help you grow professionally, personally. Because to us, they work together. I'm so sorry if you don't want to grow who you are as a person, you have no business in any business. That is
I like
just the way
that.
it is, okay? Because the challenges that we face on a daily basis are strong, they are heavy, and if you don't grow personally with, if your mental strength is not like getting better and better, it's like going to the gym, every single day. You get to a point where you just quit. It's so that's why I always tell everybody read books about self improvement.
And even if you understand that you're always learning, it would help you cope better with what people refer to failure. Like I never said I fail. I said I'm learning.
Yeah. Jalaplet
I'm
just
learning.
killed the game. Jalaplet says, bro, I'll tell you straight up, respect your customers or fans, give them more than they paid for.
Wow.
That's it. And this is how you're gonna see. Sometimes from today, you will see this guy almost everywhere. I'm telling you, that one sentence, give people more than they paid for. This is the key in anything you do. It's not because if I pay you $20 to wash my car and you wash it better than the guy that I would pay 125, you will make 10 times that 20 and that guy would make one time that 125. You already ahead. Okay. So yes, give people more. Always give. I'm always telling Karoll-Ann, what can we give more? What can, of course, I'm budgeting. I'm always gonna say, but always is what can we give more? Okay, giving more is important. You have to more than what you are paid for. This is the best advice of the day.
All right. So, guys, that was such a pleasure being with you. So, the nice agent get to pick the electricity bill winner today.
All right.
I want to remind you that tax season is still here. Everybody that I didn't get to yet, I apologize, and I will get to you. Every day I work around the clock. Sometimes I'm here in the office at 1 a.m. working on your file. I will deliver. And many times I have many people that said you were worth the wait. So
It's not too late. Give her a call. It's not too late.
yeah,
Give her a
so
call. So give her a call
no.
and
Yes, give me a call.
okay.
So
So
the winner is
number 136 and goody goody. Yes, Danielle. Okay. This is what we're gonna do. I was instructed that you guys have not reached number 136 yet. We will give it. We're gonna close the show like always. It's what time is it?
um 7 something? 7:18.
It's 7:18. You guys have until 7:30.
No, that's too much.
That's too much. Okay.
Now,
7:20.
everybody type Taxfit or the nice agent. Right now, comment as much as you can.
Okay,
Taxfit,
so
the nice agent. Go
I'm
now.
gonna put the clock 6 minutes.
Yes, go. Get your electricity bill paid today.
And share it. Share it now.
Type the word Taxfit, the nice agent in the comment as many times as you can. Right now.
And
I don't see you typing, guys.
okay,
Go
share
ahead.
it. And you gotta share. You gotta share. You gotta share. Okay? So share and
Emma is the
comment.
first one. I love Emma. She's always on top
Share it,
of
share it,
everything.
share it. 6 minutes. We're gonna see. So while the 6 minutes counting, is there anything that we want to share with the people regarding businesses?
Well, so far it has been an amazing journey. I will do it all over again.
I was about to say that, and you just stole it from me. So,
And
um,
I'm still learning.
let me tell you, I I truly appreciate everything we built together. Okay, I
You
truly
telling
do.
me?
Yes, I truly appreciate it. It has not been an easy road. That's a fact. We cried, we fight, we spend days not talking to each other. It happens. But all of that, I'm gonna say, it was worth it. Okay. I can't wait to see what the future has to hold. I believe that what we started is gonna be bigger than the both of us combined. It's just it's we whether we like it or not, we found our passion. We have a talent to do this, and I would like to renew my commitment for this today. So I want to do it. I want to get to it, and we're gonna get it done. It's amazing. I have to say that when we started from today, it's just things just kept multiplying, multiplying, multiplying. That's when the
You're gonna make me
universe is
cry.
saying, "It's
We
the
here on that
universe."
show to smile, not to
So the
cry.
universe is saying something to us, and there you going against the universe. Okay, so again, I want to say thank you to you. I want to say thank you to the fans. I want to say thank you to everybody that ever gave us a shot. All those clients that always come to us for help, for advice. It actually one of the greatest things when people came to us just for simple advice, not to give us business, not to ask us for favors or something. They were like, I know you are trustworthy, Carl. You and Karoll-Ann are amazing. What would you do in this situation? To me, for somebody that you don't know, somebody that never talked to you on a daily basis, out of the blue, comes and asks you things like that, it's because her marketing is working. Okay, that is the truth. So thank you to all of you for the support. There's things that you guys have done for us that they're priceless. We can't even pay for them, and we appreciate you. We appreciate each other, and let's see what the next 5, 10, 20, 50 years hold.
So do we have a winner?
Yes, the winner is Nancy.
Woo! Nancy Berry.
Nancy
Nancy.
Berry, you are the winner.
That's
Okay.
actually the second time I think she's winning.
That is nice.
Yeah.
I'm about to write it, and then we're gonna.
Well, thank you guys. I love you. And we will see you the next show every 2 Tuesday. Taxfit pay somebody's electricity bill. The next show is supposed to be very, 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 very. I'm not gonna say anything, but
Okay, what that I don't know? Is there something that I don't know?
yes, it's gonna be very, very on the edge. Okay, so stay tuned to know what the next show is about in 2 Tuesday. It's gonna be very hot. Okay, Nancy, congratulations and see you guys.